All right, we are up to session 33 in this Dungeon and or Dragons game. Who wants to give a recap of the last session?
Pebble met people, and it was interesting. Got a whole look at a whole other cultural cousin.
Yeah, people was from
Culturally, you seemed very unrelated.
people was south, the South Pole.
Right.
Um, yeah, we we spent a good chunk of I mean, at a high level, we just spent a good chunk of the last session trying to figure out the fastest way to get to the boneyard. There was debate of whether to take the sea passage through Stormwreck Bay, which Elzen was confident they could find something that would take a ship through there, or going along as hired company and protect and guard for people and the expedition that they were going on. We also discussed the possibility of uh, getting an airship, so, like seeing if Bareth could pull a connection to get us an airship. Um, I think we ended up just kind of we didn't like make a final decision, but we were definitely I think we were leaning towards going with people because then we could get paid to travel. Whereas every other way we'd have to pay to travel.
Right. So there was also the thought of maybe taking the lightning rail and going around the Mournland and trying to essentially catch up to Coldar Irvain before he leaves. Though it was decided that he still probably will leave before you get there. There was also the sort of shortcut of simply walking across the Mournland, which would save some time, would bring you out right on the Talenta Plains, presumably, depending on where you exit the Mournland. But you might not survive that. You also discuss so Boreth can't get you an airship. Like you have to remember there aren't a lot of airships at this point in time. There are, if there are 100, that'd be a lot, and almost all of them are controlled by House Lyrandar. So there's like a couple that are really under the control of nations, but House Lyrandar has pretty tight control even over those because long term, you probably need a Lyrandar pilot. For short periods, you can get a different person to sort of hold the tiller for a little while. But generally speaking, you need a House Lyrandar pilot. Even in the future, that still remains the case. Lyrandar controls the flying of the airships. Um, so yeah, that was the way you went about it. You started out though in the alley after having your meeting, and Elzin was having hallucinations so that he was seeing mouths in everybody's chest and was deathly tired. So he went and retreated into his locket and fell asleep. While he was sleeping, the doors in Sharn, at least the ones around you, all seemed to disappear, and no matter where you went, you weren't finding doors. So you made your way back to the Watchman's Rest. There were still windows, but just no doors. So Lee decided to fly up to an upstairs window and crawled in through the window into his room. Then, when he came down, he started clanging a bell. I forget how you made noise. Was it a bell? Well, you were started making noise in any event in order to signal. That's right, you have a whistle. So he started blowing on his whistle, which woke everybody up. So as Tick was coming down the stairs, rubbing the sleep from her eyes, the doors rematerialized. So she went and fetched a broom and started smacking Lee with the broom for waking everyone up for no reason because she didn't see that the doors were missing.
It's
Uh,
also it's also worth mentioning that when on our way to on their way to the Watchman's Rest, other people noticed that the doors were missing.
As far as we
Yes.
can tell.
It was
So-
it was late in the evening, so weren't a lot of people out, but the few people who were out were noticing that there were no doors either. So it wasn't if it was it may have been all in your head, but you were also hallucinating people. So who's to say if they were real? But they
You're
seemed
muted, Mom.
real,
I said, "Oh shit, we're back in the dreamscape."
right? Well, we never left. This whole game has just
We've
been
never.
in the
Yeah,
dreamscape.
yeah, yeah. My kid is still 6 months old. We've never left.
The next morning, you got a message from Heloise saying that she had arranged for Pebble to meet Peeble, and that a sky coach would come and pick you up and take you to the university to meet him. When you got there, he was packing carts in order to begin on this expedition. So there were a bunch of people milling about under his control that he was directing to pack supplies for it. He did have his meeting with Pebble, and he gave Pebble a magic ring that he uses to keep his body temperature nice and even. And there was some concern that it might warm Pebble up, but it didn't quite work on him. Pebble was quite nervous about what it would mean if he suddenly felt warm. There was a little bit of discussion about whether or not this effect on people really was a curse, the way Pebble had described it, or if it was just some sort of voluntary burden that his people took on that's somehow connected to this spirit that they guard that is frozen up somewhere in the Frostvale. Then Mike had to leave because he had company. You guys then, like was said, spent a while discussing how best to get to the boneyard. I think you decided against the Sabius Vereen thing. You went and spoke to Bereth. That was really when a lot of the discussion happened as well. Originally, you met him at his house, but then he went back to his office because that's where he has all of his magical safeguards set up. You discussed the legend of Mordain the Flesh Weaver and his escape from the supposedly escape-proof Dreadhold prison once upon a time. Um, but you told him everything you found from Heloise Troon's correspondence. He spent some time reading that. He gave you all ID papers so that you can essentially function normally as you cross national boundaries. He gave Elzen two sets, one for just under the name Elzen de Galanda in case anybody ever notices your dragon mark. You decided not to go with the Sabius Vereen thing because Bereth pointed out that there's this whole key that they're looking for that somehow is going to unlock some other magical object in Kubara. And there's almost no chance that Sabius Vereen, although he might be able to actually get access to an airship, that he's just going to let you walk off with the key and not turn it over to the nation of Brayland, and that didn't seem like it appealed to you. So it sounded like that when you ruled out. You probably ruled out the lightning rail route too, because you would just be following behind Coldart your vein, presumably on foot. And you don't necessarily know how he's traveling. He probably also doesn't have access to an airship. That's at least unlikely. He's not a member. He's like nobility, but he's not like a member of the royal family of Karnath who could, take one of their few airships wherever he wants to go. So it probably came down to either chartering your own ship, which will cost money, but you do have a lot of money. Elzen, I do note, like, you'll have to do at least a day's worth of preparation to buy the stuff you'll need for your rituals.
Yep.
So you will have to go do like a shopping run to pick things up for that.
I did forget how much money he gave us.
5,000.
He gave you 5,000, or he said he can get you 5,000 like once the bank's open.
Okay.
But
And that's for the
you
whole
also
party.
yeah, but you also have all the stuff you stole.
More great
So-
university must have like
Could
a
he-
massive endowment.
Yeah, Yeah, you're not
Right.
sure where he gets his money. Presumably, he's not just like submitting like vouchers for reimbursement to the university so that he can hand out money to non-employees for reasons.
I assume it's got something that's been long standing. I don't know. Who knows? We got
Right,
access to people who could send people backwards in time. Kind of
right. I mean, yeah, if you had ever asked about it, he would have said that there are people who went back in time even prior to his arrival. And so funds were set up in the past by people who that was their mission that they were sent on, was just to go back and start setting up funds. So he has an endowment. It's not the university. It's just the shepherds have manipulated time so that there is a Kundarak bank account that he can access. What else was there?
It's a
Oh yeah,
sports
that's right.
almanac.
Right, exactly. But in reverse. It's the power of compound interest, basically, is what they exploited.
It's the ninth school of magic.
Right. But also at the end of the session, the wards inside the room began to flash and Pebble began to glow and vibrate as Boreth noticed that somebody was trying to scry on Pebble. And there was a little bit of discussion about whether or not that was Heloise Troon or somebody else.
Who knows?
So you're still in Boreth's office, and Pebble has stopped vibrating, though.
Pebble is somewhat of a celebrity.
That was weird, guys. What was that?
Somebody was trying to peek in on you, apparently.
That's the first time I ever had that happen where people peek in. What does that mean, peek in?
See you from far away. Special magic. It's special magic. They can see you from far away. How about that? That's what it is.
But if they see me, why do I feel like that? I don't
Well,
usually feel that way if somebody sees me, unless I really like them. Then I feel some type of way, but not like that.
naturally. It's just like look to breath. Uh, you know better than I do how to explain it.
I don't know. Not to him.
Yeah. Well, okay. So explain it to me, and then I can explain it to him.
Well, I don't necessarily know what sort of magic they were using. If they were scrying, seems the most likely, but it could have been some other sort of divination that was focused on Pebble.
They try
But
to find you.
essentially, it's as you said, somebody was trying probably to see what Pebble was doing. Friend or
This
foe, who's can
this
say?
special room here, right? Right, buddy. This is a special room. Make sure that people can't see you from far away. They have to be right in the room.
Is it like where I was looking at that dragon skull and it made me all feel weird and stuff? And then is it like that with somebody looking at me and that I feel weird like when I looked at the dragon skull?
Well, you
Remind
felt
me of a
weird
dragon skull.
because you felt
Oh,
weird because the room has magic in it that stopped them from seeing you.
Okay. I don't get it, but that's fine.
Elzen's trying to sleep, and he
Somebody
just
should probably hold his identity papers for him.
oh yeah, I 100% took him already. Yeah, I'll put him here with this pouch of money that I still have.
Elzen's trying to sleep, and he hears just Pebble talking very loudly, and he's like putting the pillow over his ear, but he still can't. He just can't drown it out. So he would come out looking very groggy. Oh, uh, what? Did we make a decision?
Nice of you to join the land of the living.
Oh. Do they still have mouths in their chest?
No, we did establish you were awake last time and that you weren't seeing the mouths anymore.
Okay. Well, when you see mouths and chests, then you know you gotta go to bed. At least catch a
Well,
few.
while you were doing that, we were outside, not able to get through any doors because they were all gone. So,
Where did you take them?
if only, if only. So, I think probably just gonna be easier to go with people.
Yes. I think we're still gonna end up getting there later than
I mean, judging by the sound of it, this ritual is not necessarily an easy process. I mean, even if we're not there before him, it doesn't mean he's even found it, right?
that is true. It is potentially difficult to find the spot even once you're in the boneyard. Since they're so large unto themselves. But yeah, it seems like our best bet.
At least we'll know we'll be going in the right direction.
And getting paid for it.
You know, it's helpful.
Better to be paid to travel than paying to travel. At least for that length of distance.
Well, I suppose people should be told that we just need to today and tomorrow to get ready. I think that was his idea, as he wanted to leave soon, right?
He wanted you to let him know if you were going to accept the commission by like the next day, so tomorrow,
Well,
so that he can make
like
alternate arrangements. If he needs to make alternate arrangements, that means it'll be at least another 2 days.
That would be so cool to be able to go with people. I would really like to get to know him better. Although it's still a little scary and a little like I don't know, there's something about him that just makes me, my butthole tingle a little bit.
it's a
Did you say he makes your
Where'd-
butthole tickle?
Pebble. Where did you learn such language?
From my mama?
I see.
Well,
I'm sad I didn't meet her.
You were really nice.
Well, here's the thing about that that people fella. He's he's just different. That's it.
I think what it is it's weird to see another penguin that doesn't like hugs. That's weird to me.
maybe the South Pole isn't as friendly as the North. Or they just have developed different customs.
They clearly didn't have anything big and important to protect.
Yeah, it's just weird. It's also weird to know that there's a penguin that doesn't feel cold all the time. That's weird too.
He also is keen to remind you that he prefers to call himself a pangolin.
Oh, that's right. Then then he's not a penguin. But that's weird because he looks like a penguin. but he also doesn't. He doesn't look like a Peggle. But I
Well,
don't know. That's too
I
much
just
for
go
my head.
I just go and stand next to Elzen and put a hand on his head. Me and Elzen are kind of similar, but there's some differences.
Like what?
He looks up at you.
Well,
You don't say.
he's not as tall as me. And People doesn't have ice on his chest.
Yeah, that was weird.
I think he's just different.
Yeah,
You don't need to
yeah.
be anything like him, Pebble.
So the ice on your chest is from is it a curse? Is it a gift? Is it something that only your family would know about?
Oh, it's not all Pengles. We're all born with it. Or I thought we were all born with it, but he's not a Pengle. So we are all born with it. It's just we have ice that covers our chest. Sometimes it covers the whole belly. Sometimes it covers the back, but it always covers the chest. And we always feel cold. So, and it's because there's this big monster in we're awfully scared of it. But according to the elders, like if as long as a Penguin lives and as long as we have the ice on our chest, then the monster can't get out. So I don't know how it all happened, but it's a course that keeps the world safe. And so we keep people safe so that other people don't have to feel cold. And so then we try to just feel warm by filling our hearts with family and joy and fun and songs and fires. Although the fires don't keep us warm, but they bring people around. And that's the best part.
Of course. How old were your parents? Do you know?
What do you mean?
Okay. I can't explain it. Don't worry about it. All right. I just need to find a bird. I can let people know.
You're
Professor,
looking
you got a
for
bird?
he definitely does not have a bird. I mean, you might be able to find one somewhere in Sharn. There are plenty of birds,
I figured way up here up high, maybe we might find some.
just not in his sealed office.
Yeah, I think we're
I
good to
was
go.
seriously afraid you were going to have to discuss with Pebble the possibility that someday his elderly parents may pass away. Like I thought the conversation might lead there to mortality.
I'm just trying to figure out when does Pebble like like I met some version of his dad on the
Right.
road. Not like Pebble, not exactly. It's like when does Pebble get more like that? That's what I was just trying to gauge. Pebble can't engage; he's incapable. So I'm like, well, so abandon that line of inquiry for now.
Oh, you're wondering if Pebble
Pebble,
is
when
still a
are you going to get
kid.
old enough? And, yeah. And then you're going to have your own kids because you obviously got to make more Pengles to have more ice, right?
Oh, uh, yeah. I I know I talk about that.
That's fine. Well, I guess we got a place. We got places to be, things to buy. I guess we got to
Yes.
wait till tomorrow to buy things.
It depends on what you're looking to buy. I mean, it's not like all the markets are necessarily closed. It's getting a little bit later in the day now.
I just mean we
Like
won't get
it's,
paid till tomorrow.
uh,
I don't know how he plans to dish that out, but
I mean, unless you tell him otherwise, he almost certainly is going to get another letter of credit.
oh, I'm like, hey professor, we're gonna be leaving. We're gonna need like cash. Is that possible?
Cash money.
I mean, I suppose, why would you need physical currency though? I mean, you'll
Supply.
be aboard ship. Some currency surely for odds and ends, but you'll
This
be
is a long trip.
passing
You
through a number of cities between here and before you enter the Talinta Plains.
Yeah, and then I'm not going to point elbows as to who is going to be the one to like slow us down. As I'm like hand up, the one elbow's definitely pointed towards Pebble. I'm not going to point the elbows as to who's going to like derail us. But if it's going to happen, you know, we need to be ready. We might need to buy our way out of something.
So how do
I mean, does an unsigned lines of credit? Sorry.
I mean, I could get you a letter of credit that's in the name of the bearer. There's the risk then that that will be stolen.
so how do we know how the letters of credit work in this world? Like is it more like is there does that do we have a sense of that from our time in the future?
So they're not used as much in the future, but just sort of in general preparation, they would have explained to you how these things work. They're usually issued in the name of a particular person so that they can't be easily stolen, but they can also be endorsed over. To get them endorsed over is, you need to get somebody from House Kundarak or sometimes House Civis to like witness the signing over, but so that they can confirm that the person who actually owns a letter of credit is the one who's assigning it over. But then it'll be in the new name. You can also get them in like a bearer form, in which case whoever turns up at a House Kundarak bank can draw on the account. So they are, a little bit more cumbersome than cash in some situations. If you want to buy like one night at the inn, then they're a bit cumbersome. But, if you want 5,000 gold pieces in Galifar, that's 100 pounds of coins.
Ain't nothing.
We will
Split that up.
we will take the
It's
letters.
only 1,000 a piece. Well, 2,000 to somebody, I guess, because somebody's gonna have to hold pebbles. Me and Lee
I
are strong.
I already have 1,300 gold, so it can, we can
Money
keep that
bags over here.
in liquid form and take the rest in credits.
Right. Most merchants can simply accept a letter of credit. The problem is breaking it up sometimes. Like they can't easily take your letter of credit and then give you change unless they give that to you in coin.
Can you break up this 10,000 letter or 10,000 gold piece letter of credit for this $20 drink?
Right.
I
I have been witness to this before. My ex brother-in-law took us through Rowley's Raleigh's here, Checkers, other places, uh, drive through, and he was like having a hard time because all he had was hundreds on him, and he's like, "Can you?" And they wouldn't take the hundred. He's like, "I have $1,000 in my pocket. I can't buy food." Yeah, I'm not looking to have that happen.
I mean, we can split up the letter of credit. I can get some coin and a letter of credit in bearer form, or multiple letters of credit in smaller denominations.
Great.
That would probably be easiest. Just this having in smaller denominations. Perhaps in increments of 250. Small enough where we can have some flexibility, but we won't be carrying around too much or have to necessarily worry about it.
Very well. I'll have it for you tomorrow.
Thank you, Professor. And if there's nothing else, then we can let you get back to your leisure time, as we so interrupted it.
Yeah, I didn't mean
Yeah,
to
I
bring you to work.
will check in on you periodically through House Civis, sending you messages, short messages, but just to make sure nothing's gone wrong.
Should we devise a code?
Uh, the the messages will be pretty evident who sent them.
Okay.
What you may have told me this before, but I forgot. What should we be on the lookout for in case we attract
The
the
inevitables?
attention of the enders,
The inevitables?
the inevitables?
The first sign you'll probably get will be you'll catch sight of one. They look like mechanical men, not like Warforged that appear to be living creatures. These are creatures of usually of gears and metal, entirely artificial without wood. Somewhat alien in appearance, they tend to vary pretty wildly from inevitable to inevitable. You'll have to do something that impacts the timeline, of course, in a way that the inevitables find material, but who knows exactly what they will find material. Their thought processes are somewhat inscrutable.
That is what I worry about. It seems we're destined to get caught up in matters much greater than ourselves. So it
Well,
seems
bear in
inevitable.
mind, it is possible everything you're doing happened before. In fact, I hope much of it did happen before. It won't be until you thwart someone's plan that the inevitables probably will take notice, though it's possible if you kill someone who wasn't otherwise fated to die, and their death has an impact enough on the timeline that that could draw the suspicion of the inevitables. They also, I say suspicion, but theirs is a certainty. They believe they know what's right and are essentially enacting a form of cosmic justice.
Everybody always thinks they're right.
So if you do see one, I would suggest you run. I'm not even sure that they can be killed, not really. You can banish them for a time, I think,
Banished, you said.
by physically destroying the body.
Oh,
Some of
hey,
them they say are so powerful that you can't even do that. That may just
fair.
be legend, though. I don't know enough about them to say that's true.
That would be quite inevitable.
That's why they get their name.
Hmm. Do they construct themselves? Do they have a maker?
also unclear to me that they have at least a personified maker is not clear. They don't refer to anyone that they report back to, but there are stories of there being someone somewhere in some plane that oversees what it is they're doing. Others say that they have a hive mind and can communicate with one another, where all of them essentially simultaneously. Though how many there are is also speculation. There's definitely multiple different types. Some are stronger than others.
Do they ever talk?
Usually they will say something to the person they're about to kill to explain what they did to warrant the sentence.
Well, how nice of them.
I've never heard of them holding a conversation. You can't appeal with them in the stories I've heard.
I see.
Hmm.
Interesting.
That is
I
good.
suspect they're just constructs. They're pure automatons who are somehow have received a particular goal and are seeing it through to the end, however they can. That might mean that, yes, there is some ultimate intelligence controlling them. It could be some less personal force, though, rather than a conscious mind. If you find out, though, I'll be fascinated to learn. So please send me a message.
If we survive.
We will
Exactly.
certainly do that. Unless it perhaps, of course, it will uh attract them to you.
Probably me getting information on how they operate would not be sufficient enough for them to come after me. It's usually people who do, I'll be honest, it's usually associated with people dying. I haven't yet run into a case where any of our people were hounded by an inevitable simply because they interfered with someone's plan. But we've not necessarily, we almost certainly haven't stopped the bite yet. I imagine whoever has the honor of doing that will have to face an inevitable. The good news is they're slow. They have to essentially follow you on foot. Some of them probably can move around magically, but if you're faster than they are, a lot of people have simply avoided the conflict with them. Don't get cornered, I guess, would be the advice.
So succeed, stop the bite, be chased around for eternity for the rest of our lives by inevitables.
Fingers crossed we stop the bite. Does them killing you revert the change at all?
So far as I know, no, it does not revert the change. So what they're getting from killing you is unclear,
Yeah, okay. That's I guess.
but time is a complicated thing to understand. I know that one agent was killed by inevitable, but we still remember who he was and what he did. If we're forgetting something that he did, we don't remember to forget it.
I suppose that's fair.
You probably should, given what the letters say, pick up some scrolls of detect magic and locate object in case you need to find this key on your own. She
Sounds
does
like we need
give
to pick up some journals.
instructions. He looks at Pebble and shakes his head.
Obviously, he's not writing in it.
You're right. Maybe get him
But yeah,
some sort of magical pen that can just transcribe.
does that exist? I would cannot imagine what a letter from Pebble would look like.
That's true. Perhaps he doesn't need a magic pen. Can't hear you
I
there.
just don't like those deadly that you guys look at. I don't get them. I don't want to get them. And also, what's twin 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 dive? What is even that?
What?
I don't know what a trend dive is either.
Just like trying to think back. What did I say? I don't know. Understand. What is he mistranslating? I don't. All right. Well, I I listen, buddy. Nobody's gonna make you learn how to read, but you might be surprised at how fun it can be. Tell him, Molly.
I don't think it's for you, kid.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I just don't I don't nah.
I mean, you teach him, he says this to Thaldarin. You could teach him all the letters, and you could teach him how to read the letters. And then he could not understand a single word that he's reading.
Yeah, no
Might be able
comprehension.
to, yeah, even if he could
How do
tell
we
you the
teach
meaning of each
comprehension? That's
word.
what we need. Yeah.
Look, I, all I know is that m all my people, all we do is we tell stories, and that's what we like. We just tell the stories, and we listen to the stories, and that's all you need.
Yeah, but you do more than that.
I do.
Yeah, you you save people. You get to be the one they're telling stories about. And you would know that if you could read.
But why would I want to do that? Why would I just want to hear them tell my story?
Because you could just read the
Then I
story
get
for
to hear
yourself.
them tell. But then I get to hear them tell it, and then I get to hug them afterwards.
Some people don't. Some people don't speak too good, but they can write it down really well
Yeah, but even when people don't speak too good, they still tell stories with their arms.
with their arms.
Yeah,
I back up, demonstrate.
like this. And he does like a whole
Away from the bookshelf. Away from the bookshelf.
acrobatic martial arts routine, occasionally bouncing off the bookshelf and leaping off the table, going full Yoda mode.
All right, Pep. All right, Pep. Tell me the rest of that story later.
Okay.
You're telling a story. That's just fighting, buddy. That's martial arts.
Which is a story.
Okay. What does my story say?
All kinds of things.
I'd love to hear what you think.
Well, your story says how I don't know what happened until I met you, but then we met, and then you were my friend, and we hung out, and things were funny, and we did things, and we bought some things, and then we met some people, and we had some good food, and all those kinds of stuff.
Okay.
I look forward to the interpretive dance version of that story.
And I'll see what I can come up with. All right, all right. Let's go.
I think
Let's
we
go find
would-
a bird.
Yes, we have wasted enough of your time. We'll see you tomorrow to waste more.
I think this was fruitful. The correspondence from Heloise Troon was interesting. She's more closely tied into whatever's going on with the bite than I would have realized. Though whether she's behind it or adjacent to it, I don't know.
It isn't clear, but she She certainly seems to be far more than her persona would suggest.
I almost want to say she's otherworldly. But
Well, she
I can't.
bears keeping tabs on, though we don't necessarily have anyone in the organization who could interact with her at her social level.
Wait till we get back. They're gonna want to love. They're gonna want to see us for sure.
Maybe we could go back in time, become popular, so that
Yeah, can we get a note to the future? Just send more notes to the past about like how awesome we are. Um, just find like dig up some newspaper articles or something. I don't know.
if you
I
could,
mean,
Does that work that way?
if compound interest can make a
Can
fortune,
work on money. Yeah. Can it
certainly
work on social
compound
status?
awesomeness can forge a legend.
I have no doubt that in the future now, all of the newspaper articles about Pebble have made it to their attention. At least the ones in the Sharn Inquisitive, as I know they have a more or less full library of the Inquisitive. Some of the more tabloid papers, less so.
Who all has access to this?
Everyone in the Shepherds, but
Anyone else?
that won't affect anyone they grant access to, which isn't necessarily just people in the Shepherds. None of that will affect your or my memories of the future, though.
Indeed. But
But it,
I'm just curious. The shepherds have a relatively complete collection of this, I suppose. Is it possible that another organization does? Seems, as you indicated, we're not the only ones sending people back, right?
that is true. And how the other organization is getting information on the past, I don't necessarily know. There are people who, in Shosharn, at least when I left, who still have living memories of what times were like, at least now in 998. So it's possible that they have several elderly people or gnomes on their side.
Hmm.
But also, so far as I know, it's only luck of the draw that the Shepherds have access to the Morgrave University Library, or what was left of it, and that's their archive of what's going on in the past. Anything's possible. It is possible there are spies in the heart of the Shepherds who would also then have access to the library.
Yeah. Yeah, perhaps a good reason for us to leave town for a while. Make anybody who's trying to pay attention to us lose track, perhaps.
Possibly, although you've gotten enough attention that somebody is scrying on Pebble.
Yeah, Pebble is a bit of a local phenom here.
But scrying is no simple feat. Your typical wizard isn't going to scry on someone no matter how popular they are. Heloise Shroon would seem to be the most obvious possible culprit.
That is our working assumption.
Though Sabius Vereen definitely has the ability to do it through casters he has control of. Sounded like you said he wasn't available to speak with you, though, so he seems less likely.
No, that's what we were told, at least. Currently, have no reason to not believe them, but
Well,
No,
from what you say, it sounds like he's waiting on you to provide him with information. I don't know why he would avoid you.
sure. See how diligent we are. I don't know. Perhaps you could sort of disseminate some information to him for us. anonymously.
Uh, Possibly. I don't know why he would trust anonymous information.
Well, I could get messages to people at least. Forewarn.
What information would you want me to convey?
I don't know. He was looking for he was interested in Heloise too. So,
I think
whatever
half
you
the
feel
city is
is
interested in Heloise, all for their own reasons.
indeed. But Sabius is, a different sort, right?
I'd say that's a fair assessment.
Certain people that if they're paying attention to somebody, perhaps there's a good reason.
So, yes, what information did you want me to get to him?
I don't know. I wasn't sure exactly what all we were going to tell him, anyways. Some of these correspondence might be uh, things of interest.
Since it seems as if you have a good relationship with him, you might not mention the key to him or the
Yeah,
trip to Kobara. But otherwise, I think you should probably share genuine information with him.
that's for sure. Only real stuff. And, juicy stuff, obviously. But yeah, perhaps not necessarily anything pertaining to our own mission.
Yes, I wouldn't share with him anything about the bite.
Yeah.
But I assume I'll see you tomorrow to pick up your letters of credit.
Yeah. Sounds good.
And you see the room brightens again as the wards fade.
Hopefully they're done trying to scry. I assume it just ends.
Yeah, Pebble stopped vibrating, so
Yeah. Right.
call dropped.
Was he vibrating in like the busy signal tone? Well, I'll
So
just
you
go.
leave the office.
Yeah, I'll go and see if I can spot a bird outside.
Yeah, you find a bird.
Um, and I will convey to the bird to inform uh, the good people that uh, we shall be joining him on his trip, and we will beat him because we saw him here at the college, right?
Yeah.
Um, we can meet him at the college tomorrow afternoon.
Okay.
I was just like,
Whatever message you would have said.
look to the group. Look at the group.
The
Afternoon
yeah.
seem fine. I don't
Okay. Thought you were expecting the hawk
know.
to react.
No. I just like I go off. I have the bird. I'm just kind of like whispering to him, and I said, "What do you think tomorrow afternoon? What do you guys think? We'll meet up with people, or we want to give us another day, perform some shopping. I figure if we come here in the morning,
I
get
mean,
some money, go shopping, come back in the afternoon.
he will need to. We can tell people first thing so he can start his preparations, whatever he needs, and then we can go to shopping.
That's like a great idea.
I figured he's going to need to tell us where he's leaving from and all that, and when exactly. I suppose perhaps if we're involved, we get some say in the when, but I'm gonna tell him we can meet him here. We can meet him here in the morning to hash out details. How about that?
That works.
Go on, bird. And it just flies away.
Yeah, so this falcon flies off.
Well, now what do we do? We gotta. What time is it? I don't even know.
It is probably about 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah. You start heading back or get a bite to eat on the way.
Wouldn't mind.
But I'm just trying to think of anything we might need to buy. Thinking now towards the preparation for a trip.
I mean, we can always stock up on besides our
I mean,
the things that we personally need. We can stock up and see what potions we can scramble.
potions and scrolls probably a good idea. And I suppose talking to him in the morning, we can get a better idea as to how we're traveling exactly. See if we should be buying stuff here or somewhere else. I mean,
That's
we're gonna
true.
get the good magic items are gonna be here, but probably.
Right. Elzin also got that periapt from Heloise Troon that lets him essentially put a scroll into the metal tube that he wears around his neck. And then that would
Right.
functionally add the scroll to your spells known. So you may want to figure out what spell you want to put in that. Since you'll have an easier time finding scrolls here than anywhere between here and the boneyard.
Well, let's talk to we can figure that out. Let's inform people of our intentions and then we can come back and get the necessary supplies.
Yeah, well, I mean, people's going to be let known whenever that bird finds him, so we get proper details from him tomorrow morning. Him or whoever he sends off to meet with us, I guess. But I suppose for now we go make sure our stuff is packed. Let Tick know that we'll be out of her hair for a while. Sadly.
So you go and do that. Tick seems a little bit sorry to see you go, although she pretends as though she's happy about it.
Right. You can't fool me, Tick.
Well, you kept it somewhat interesting while you were here. I never know who was going to bother me next.
Come on, Tick. Don't you underplay it. You know we kept it very interesting.
I mean, you weren't the loudest guest I've ever had, so you had that going for you.
You sure remember Lee with that whistle?
Uh, I will exclude Lee and remember the good times before the whistle.
That's very nice of you.
And we can't forget Biggie. I found Biggie here. And he's such a cool pet. And he brings out his giant cockroach.
And this being the first time that Tick has ever seen it, she lets out a yell and runs to fetch her broom.
better run, Pebble.
No, he's my friend.
It's actively trying to run out of your hand right now.
Yes, yes, it is. He is clearly holding it against its will.
that is a sewer roach. You did not get a sewer roach here in my establishment.
Well, I don't remember where I got it. I thought it was here, but maybe it wasn't here. But I definitely found Vicky when I was here in the city. I
In the
think.
sewers, probably. Sounds like.
No.
Do you
I
know what
mean,
a sewer is?
with all the wandering Pebble's done, he's probably been in the sewer at some point.
Like, do you know what a sewer is? Generally smells very bad. A lot of places can.
Yeah, I don't remember where Biggie came from. It was uh I did find him outside and I brought him in.
So is there anything anybody wants to do before you go and meet with people?
No.
Okay. Elzin, then.
Thaldrin will just be hanging out with Tick the whole time. That's fine. That's it.
So you notice that now that you've announced that you're leaving, she doesn't like chase you away.
No. She couldn't chase me away.
But Elzin, make me an intelligence save.
Oh boy. He's not good at this. Let's see what we got. 14.
So you don't actually notice anything that happens before the next day rolls around. So you are all long rested, although you should have been yesterday as well.
Nice. I think
And
one thing Elzin's gonna do before we leave town is to go talk to looking through my notes. It starts with a J. Jorwin Stormhold. The guy who was very into
yeah, from the domain of speechcraft.
yes, from the domain of speechcraft. He's gonna go and visit him and basically like let him know that, kind of ask him a hypothetical of, you know, what, you know, if what's her name? Basically, he's gonna like ask a hypothetical to see like what he would look for at the boneyard if he went there. Because it seems like it's a mystical place that has some strong ties to Talonweir. And I'm sure he's thought about it a lot. And so he might like confer with him to kind of pick his brain on some more specifics about when we get to the boneyard, where we should look for, at least markers or signs.
So he's not really familiar with what Talonweir's connection would be to the boneyard, or really Historia's Anguis for that matter. He knows though that the place was very important to the dragons and that there is some references to Historius Anguis
Hmm.
having been there previously.
Hmm.
Though, the records on that aren't entirely clear as to when. He thinks, from what he's read, he's pretty sure it was like before Historius Anguis ever came to Talonweir's possession.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, and he doesn't know that much about the history of the Boneyard or the Talenta Plains in general.
Okay.
So, I mean, what he would share with you though is, I guess I'll do this in character. Um, well, I know that there are a lot of strange occurrences that happen in the Talenta Plains. There are numerous, I suppose, they're manifest zones in the Talenta Plains themselves, and in particular in the region around the Boneyard, which is why you get all the ghost stories about the hauntings in the Talenta Plains and in that region generally. I suspect whatever Historius Anguis's connection is to the place is related to the fact that the veil between planes is especially thin in that region. And then there's the connection, the obvious connection to the dragons, which is presumably in some way related to that as well. There are various stories. There's stories more recently of there having been an empire of dragons there after the end of the Age of Demons, where the dragons tried to dominate the world. Obviously, that didn't pan out, but I don't know why.
Hmm.
And Historius Anguis is in some way tied to the progenitor dragon, so it would make sense if there was some tie between it and an empire of dragons, if that's indeed what there was.
Yes, that makes sense.
I mean, I would suggest that you follow the ley lines, though I don't know whether or not you can sense magic that directly. I certainly can't. I would need to take some sort of specialist with me if I were to undertake such a journey. I would, however, probably almost certainly be killed. The Boneyard, I'm sure, is no less haunted than the Talenta Plains.
If not the more so. Okay. I can It gives me something to work on. I'm sure once we get out of Sharn and can feel uh be a little bit closer to the state of the world, that we'll be able to, that I can maybe sense the ley lines.
Are
Or we
you?
could find we could find a halfling that can.
I doubt any halfling will enter the Boneyard, other than yourself. Maybe another one from the civilized nations, but none from the Talenta Plains.
Yeah, true.
Though I don't know that they can sense the ley lines better than anyone else. The halflings of the Talenta Plains are said to be a very spiritual people, and they can detect the spirits. And if there is doubtlessly some spirit there who could otherwise guide you.
Hmm. Halfling spirits do not have a don't have a aren't restricted by a policy of entering the boneyard.
That's true, but spirits generally don't obey people's commands either.
No.
And the spirits, they're one of the manifest zones that seems to permeate the area is a link to Dolur. So there are spirits of more than just halflings there. I mean, more recently, there's reports of the great hammertail having been found. So, I mean, you being a halfling, I'm sure you know more about it than I do.
Has Alison ever heard of the Hammertail?
Uh, no, almost probably not.
Yes, it's a fascinating history.
Well, I don't know that the great hammertail will be anywhere in the region of the boneyard. It's possible. It's obviously somewhat of a wandering beast, but certainly worth the story if you can come back with interesting details about it. I'd be fascinated to learn more. On a non-professional level, it's not my particular area of expertise, but if you find out more about either Talonweir's connection to the boneyard or Hastorius Anguis's connection to it, I'd certainly make it worth your time to hear those tales.
Well, we will record them and record what we find.
What takes you to the boneyard? You don't, forgive me, look like a scholar.
What's that supposed to mean?
I am an avid traveler. I am from the London.
You don't
A long
much
time ago.
look like one from the Talenta Plains either. You look like any other halfling you might meet on the streets. Obviously, more of a martial bent to you, more of an adventurer's look about you.
But uh well, you should not judge a book by its cover. But
And I have
uh,
quite an ear for accents. I mean, look where I work. Your accent doesn't speak so much to the Talenta Plains either. You must have done a lot of work on it if you're originally from there or left when you were very young.
I left when I was very young. But I'm going back to see it as an adult.
Well, stay safe. It can be a dangerous area. There are reasons why those halflings keep moving.
Well, thank you. I'm
Or I
sure.
guess, if you're going out to the boneyard, you're going well beyond Gatherhold. Are you visiting Gatherhold first?
I think so. I think that is where my family is originally from.
Oh,
Uh,
good luck. Good luck on your journeys. Did you return his books, by the way? I don't remember.
I don't think so.
Oh, well, before you leave,
I guess I'll see you later.
wait, you have my books, the books that I lent you.
What?
I believe you have my stapler.
Elzen breaks into a run.
That's when he's like, oh, as soon as he's like, oh wait, he's like, all right, there you bye. Yeah, yeah.
So you get
Hurry.
out of there.
Yeah. Well, it is heartening that we may be able to find a spirit guide to the bone. I mean, we'll of course have to commune and find a helpful and willing spirit, but uh, I guess it's where we can't look to, or where if we can't trust the help of the living, we can trust the help of the dead.
We're gonna talk to spirits? Like Paley?
Yes, if we are lucky, it'll be Paley.
That's gonna be so cool.
I'd be curious to meet him.
I think then we're heading
You were going to go meet with people.
with people.
So yeah, you go back to the university. You find people's office. It's small and out of the way. It's in the same tower as Professor Bareth, but it's on a lower floor. It's not nearly as crammed with artifacts as his office. Things are much more orderly in people's office than they were in Bareth's. But he sees you and immediately sort of hops off of his chair, which actually causes him to become shorter. He is like a good head shorter than Pebble is, but he comes like waddling in his Pengal way around the desk. Ah, hello. It is good to see you all here again. So I was glad to receive your messenger bird. Quite novel for me. I'd never had a bird come and deliver me a message like that one. But I was glad to get it. I assumed it was not some sort of prank,
No,
since I'd only
here
talked
we are.
about hiring you with you yourselves. I assume you can be ready to leave no later than where in 2 days' time. We could delay another day if need be, but the last ship that heads over to Valinor does leave that next day.
I'm ready to go now.
No, you're not Pebble. We got a couple
Yeah,
days.
I am.
Yeah,
What?
a couple days would be good.
Why do we have to wait?
Because we have to make sure that we have everything that we need.
We don't have everything we need.
Probably not.
Nah, I need to gather some things for the journey. It will be a while before we can stock up again.
Oh, okay. Then he looks at people. Can I hang out here with you while they can do their stuff?
Yeah, it's a great time. Go ahead. And I just start walking away.
Well, this shall save me some time then. Ideally, we will leave from Minos Pier at, well, with the boarding will begin at noon. I don't know how much of your personal effects you will be bringing with you, but assuming it is material you can carry, then you probably need to be there by about 3 p.m. local time, of course.
Right.
What was the name of the pier?
Minos Pier.
And then break down to me the plan then. We gotta, I suppose on the ship, we don't necessarily have to worry about provisions. Is this true?
No, we probably will be asked, and I have prepared myself to bring additional provisions with us since there will be many people traveling in my group. We have ample provisions to include the four of you as well. There will be a mess on board the ship. I suppose we will be asked to cook for ourselves.
Of course.
So if you have anything in particular in that regard that you want, any special dietary requirements for species of your kind, he looks at Lee on that one. You may wish to procure those things on your own. I believe I know the dietary requirements for Thaldarin and Anton here.
How are your how are the spice stores on the ship?
Uh, I'm afraid I don't know much about the accoutrements of the ship, so I wouldn't expect them to be it to be a well-stocked kitchen. If you require spices, I would definitely bring a supply of those with you. Our provisions will be relatively unspiced, unless you count salt. There will be plenty of things caked in salt to preserve them.
Of course. Yes, very well. We'll pick some up.
The provisions will be all salted fish.
Excellent.
Go pick up those 13 herbs and spices.
So if there's nothing more, I do have more preparations to undertake. Though one thing to cross off my list since I no longer need to hire anyone from House Deneath. I have not, by the way, let Heloise Troon know that I've hired you. I don't know if you feel that she needs to know, but I will leave that to you if she does. I understand that you and she have a special relationship, Pebble.
Oh yeah, I like her a lot. I pointed out that I was gonna hurt her, and then we got to be real good friends, and then she gave me dinner, and then she made let me meet some cool people. One of them was that dragon person, and another one was named Mexico.
Well, you travel in a much fancier circle than I do. I have met her, of course, but only in the context of her wishing to patronize the work I do.
Yeah, she's a pretty cool person. Real sweetheart.
She definitely seemed effusively friendly when I met with her. That's why I was very glad to receive her patronage and accommodating when she said she wanted me to meet with your group. Although, to be honest, fascinating to meet. I believe you call yourself just Pangle. I never actually imagined I would meet one of my relatives. He sort of questions from the far north.
Alison nods eagerly.
Yeah, I thought it was so cool when she said that there was another Penguin here. I didn't know she meant a pangolin, which is different. But it's still really nice to meet you. It's so cool to know that there are other people kind of like me, but not quite.
Yeah, you are definitely somewhat different from what I would have imagined, as I would have thought our northern cousins would be somewhat more like my kind. But fascinating to see that there is diversity in our species. I suspect the distinction between Pangle and Pangolin is more one of terminology than of actual substance. Probably just a simple dimorphism in the word that developed after your kind moved away from the Everas.
I like your eyebrows.
Well, thank you. We are very proud of our eyebrows.
Pebble
My
found it.
family
There it is.
is well known for its distinguished plumage.
You guys are definitely cousins.
But I do look forward to hearing more about the history of your northern peoples on our long journey.
Oh yeah, I got tons of stories. So many stories. Stories from my family, stories that have been passed down from the elders, stories from the other people that were kind of in our family, but not real Pengals, but we still call them family.
What were they if not Pengals?
Uh, some dwarves, some Goliaths.
He blinks and under his breath says, "Scandalous."
I
Well,
think
I guess I still look forward to hearing your stories, and I believe I can tell you I've been doing a little bit of research in my spare moments here and there. I obviously do not have a full Everast level library, but I have a sneaking suspicion I can piece together at least the beginnings of the offshoot species that your kind has become. So perhaps I can entertain you on the ship as well with talk of when I believe your clan, your family, broke away from the Pangles of the Everast.
okay, I understood that last part. The other one, yeah, some of those was that were a little big. But that's why I got that.
I shall endeavor to use less sesquipedalian words then.
You just made that one up.
Sexipedalian?
You just made that one up. Molly, did you make that one up?
Yeah, Bully would say sesquipedalian is a word, just a pretentious word. For long,
a word,
for
a word only
for
a dickhead would use.
right, a word for long words that only a dickhead would use. But so Elzin, you can go. I don't know how much free cash you have, but you can go and buy the ritual supplies you need. They're not rare enough to require like a check.
How much would they be?
I have to look that up. Hold on just a sec.
He can
Actually,
afford it.
yeah, let's take a 5 minute break and I will look that up and let my dogs out.
Okay.
The ritual, I realized after searching for it in my emails, is in the Hastorius Anguis handout in Roll20.
Ah, yes. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, the ritual itself is in there.
Oh, I sent you at some point the actual ritual,
Did I remember seeing it?
but
Um,
I can add it to to the sections in that handout. It's basically those three books that you got from Duskmantle.
yeah. I just remember that I needed to be underground for one of them for the dark one, the Kyber ritual.
So I was looking in the journal and I read Kundarak cart treasure as Kundarak cat treasure, which is also funny because the one right next to it is mysterious rat's note.
Which of our subordinates are coming with us?
I mean, Layrith will come with you if you want him to, or Lee wants him to rather, because Lee is paying him.
Um, there was the matter of the Sultan, the freaking Warforged guy that we had found as well. There was a promise made to help him get repaired.
Yes, Mule, you were going to take him to an artificer to see if he can be repaired.
Um, mayhaps I can
He may
take that
not
as
be outside anymore. You don't know if he's still there.
um. I mean, if I know where he is, then I might ask if Bareth can look into an artificer for the guy.
Uh, Bareth will do that.
Uh, by the way, how are we traveling with people?
Not sure what you mean. Do you mean like what route is this whole thing taking?
By yeah, like by what form of travel?
Yeah, he wasn't here whenever
Yeah,
we were having that conversation, I guess.
right. Pebble wouldn't remember anyway.
Yeah.
It's true.
But so as it was explained by Peeble, they are going to take a ship from Sharn, not necessarily a specially chartered ship, but a ship from Sharn to Pylos Maradal in Valinar, then take the road north. It's not clear exactly when you will leave the road, but at some point you leave the road to cross the Blade Desert and enter the Talenta Plains. At that point, you will actually skirt the outside of the Blade Desert, because there's no need to stay in the desert more than you absolutely have to, until you basically get closer to where the boneyard is. Then you'll have to cross the Blade Desert again, but just two relatively short segments of the Blade Desert rather than Blade Desert the whole way.
Okay. I was just curious because I'm wondering what the reaction will be when Pebble shows up with Ziggy.
Yeah, you don't know. It wasn't discussed whether or not they're taking horses on the ship. I mean, they will need horses, but they may expect to be able to buy them in Pilas Maridal.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting to see this reaction when I just show up with Ziggy being like, okay, we're ready.
I mean, you might get a better reaction than you bringing on the cockroach.
Oh, he's coming too.
I know.
Uh, so if you want to bring Ziggy, you're gonna have to get the food for it.
Oh,
That's
okay.
important. You got to make sure you have food for him.
All right. I'm gonna go get it right now.
Yep. Not alone you are. Hey, Elzen, go with him. Elzen's the one with the money.
So, what preparations does anyone else want to do before you are ready to leave? Because he would like to leave in 2 days' time.
Um, I suppose it's time to go visit the one magic shop place where I got the weapon.
Okay. I mean, that was more of a like open air bazaar than a shop. He had
Uh-huh.
tables, but
No, you
you
said
go,
he had an inline store.
okay. I did not
I
remember that.
remember this. That's why I trusted him.
But yeah, so you head back uh, to Tavik's Market and find the shop again and see the same shopkeeper there.
Uh,
Oh, I'm glad you're here. I've made a terrible mistake.
what do you mean?
I the weapon I sold you, it's faulty. I should buy it back from you.
It's okay. I've been managing.
It's come to my I cannot allow shoddy merchandise to be in the hands of such a good customer. I'll tell you what, though, for your troubles, I will give you back a full 1,000 Galifar for it.
You're trying to pay me extra for it.
I feel so bad that I allowed shoddy merchandise to leave my grasp.
Oof. How bad are we talking here?
Um, it, it could explode at any moment. Anytime you strike with it,
I see. I see. I see. I'm
eh,
not even going to ask for a roll. Uh, I'm like, no, 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 friend, 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 friend. I take his hand and I shake it. I'm like, my friend, don't you worry about it. I've got it under control.
I'll
It's
give you
okay.
1,500 for it.
No, 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 no. I cannot take your money. Please, please, please. I'm here to try and give you more money.
Well, what is it that you're in the market for?
I curiosities, you know. We're going on a long trip.
And you require weapons.
I mean, not specifically weapons, but you know,
I
anything you might
mostly
look
deal in
around.
weapons.
I say, well, you know, our our friends also need weapons. Lee, how's your weapon looking?
Okay.
Okay. Well, I think our man here can hook us up with better than okay.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you're not in the market for anything.
We're just browsing.
You seem well armed. Surely there's something that would catch your eye. Do you have a particular weapon that you're expert in?
No.
He's good at a lot of them. What's your favorite one, Lee?
Do you get a cut of this or something?
I'm trying to reassure our friend here that he did not make a bad sale before.
Oh, right, yeah. No, you're fine. Don't worry about it. I wouldn't worry about the bad sale. We won't. It was never
What
even brought
does
up.
what weapons does Lee have sort of on him, like obvious to the world?
It'd be the scimitar. The Yeah, I don't think I would carry the rapier or that weapon around yet. I'll wait till we get on the ship. So yeah, it'd be the rapier, the scimitar. The scimitar is the only weapon I would carry.
So what does the scimitar look like? Is it magical or
No,
just a regular
it's just a
scimitar?
regular one.
Well, I can, although the workmanship appears to be good enough, I'm sure I can improve on your sword. I have here a magic sword similar in design to your own, although recently created by the artificers of House Cannith.
Incredible. How'd you get your hands on such a piece?
I have a whole trade network of things that people bring me, including people from House Cannith who need extra coin. I'd be willing to let you have this for, say, 1,500 gold, or possibly convincing your friend to turn over the spear.
My friend, I'm keeping the spear. Okay, I love the spear.
But surely I have so many things I could sell to you. You'd be willing to make some sort of trade.
Well, listen, I would be perfectly willing to listen to it if you told me the real reason you want it back so badly.
Make me a persuasion check.
I'm so interested to hear what this reason is.
Come on, motherfucker, roll well. What is this? What did I roll? Ugh, no,
Nine.
we're not sticking with a 9. I don't think so. Just like double check. I don't have anything that'll let me get any Ek boost on this for some reason. Nope. I'm pretty good at fighting. I'll just use an action point. Persuasion. Come on. Let me use the natural 20.
Look, I don't like to
What if I
sell.
use the other action point to get the natural 20?
Okay, I would let you do that. I
2
it's
action points for a natural 20?
right.
Only because I rolled
just also this isn't like high enough stakes for me to feel like this is game changing.
Listen, we all have to have our Mike moments here, okay?
Right. All right, I will tell you the truth. I knew the weapon was old and vaguely enchanted, but I had no idea how old it was or that it was Baeshk. But after I sold it, an associate of mine came back to me and explained to me what it was and how old it was, and that it may have certain historical significance that I was overlooking. That I was overlooking because when I acquired it, I may have been drunk and not really paying attention. And then I let you have it, and it turns out I can probably sell it to someone else for much more money. I'm willing to split the proceeds with you, though.
Well, my friend, I'm happy that you told me your story. I'm gonna keep the weapon. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because whoever you're gonna sell it to is gonna pay a ton of money. It's just gonna sit on a rack. I am an adventurer. It will get used. And I tell you what, when we become legends, well, guess who sold me my weapon?
See, but it's a. This is. This is
Sir,
an
I have
item,
something much better than money. I have a story.
right?
That you could be
I'll
part
get
of.
you right. I'll get you exposure in the future. I'm not big on TikTok yet, but
Yeah.
eventually.
Yeah, but you remember I put 2 action points into getting that natural 20 there.
I will be honest, it may be more magical than I thought it was. And there are people who would give their eye teeth to get it back. You are walking away from a great deal of money. I will give you a 20% commission on whatever I sell it for.
But he just said he'd split the proceeds with you too. It's
That
going
this
down.
is 20% is a split.
Who would you sell it to?
I am hesitant to reveal that because you might just really go and sell it to them yourself.
You know what? That's fair. I understand.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to be leaving town. Off to write those legends, as I was previously talking about.
With the weapon.
Surely then
yeah.
you would want
taking the weapon.
an even more powerful weapon to take with you.
Even more powerful. You think so? Let's let's see more powerful.
So he goes back into there's like a case behind him that appears to be like sealed and locked. And he unlocks the case, and he pulls out a glaive. This right here is perhaps the finest piece that I have.
Finer than
Uh,
this.
it doesn't appear to be nearly as ancient. And now that you've gotten your piece cleaned up, hard to
Yeah.
say. Like this does look to be steel. It's certainly not the Bayeshk of your weapon. It is
Mhm.
heavily engraved. There is gilding on it. Uh, but as he holds it and focuses on it, it begins to glow noticeably, and you could feel like a thrum of energy coming off of it. This will strike truer than that spear. I did have enough time to investigate the spear in my own hands. This will guide strikes much more truly than that will, and do it quietly without alerting enemies within 100 feet of you to the fact that you just landed a blow.
That is certainly a unique item. Striking true is what I do. I don't need a
But
weapon to do it for me.
but it will assist you. No one strikes true all of the time, and with this, you will fail even less frequently.
I suppose that's true. I'm just not
And
convinced.
well, here, hold it, swing it around, get the feel for it.
I will do so as well.
So you're swinging this glaive around. I mean, it's not like a spear; it is a glaive, but
Yeah.
um, it's good. Like you're 100% sure that if you land a strike with this, it is going to do more damage than a regular glaive. You ought to say, mechanically speaking, you get the sense this is a +2 glaive.
Okay. Got it. And then that's it.
Yes, I would trade you the spear for this.
It's a very nice spear. Uh, I hope you make some good money from it.
You're giving me the spear. Excellent.
No, no, no. The glaive, sorry. This glaive.
I would give you
I
this
give you
and
your glaive back.
10% of whatever I sell the spear for.
Well, I suppose it's been nice. Lee, you don't want that sword, right? Because he's just gonna upcharge it. We're gonna go.
Do you have a decanter of endless water?
Do you have a decanter of endless water?
It's
Uh,
exactly one spear.
Value of one spear. This can this can provide clean water for an entire village.
I do not have a water producing decanter. I do have many other items. What are you interested in?
Do you have any food-based items?
No, I don't tend to deal in food. I do have these magic gauntlets. You look like someone who knows his way around a weapon, but surely a little extra strength never hurt.
Indeed.
This will make you strong as an ogre.
And what's the price?
One spear.
Okay.
Hey man, enough about the spear. You're not getting the spear. Move on past the spear.
If you will not sell me the spear, then I am very sad because I am missing out on quite a good customer from whom I would also get repeat business and possible renown. But I could sell you the gauntlets for 3,000 gold.
3,000 gold, I say. Well, good day. We'll find some other magic baubles seller.
So you walk away.
3,000 is too much. What sort of spell scrolls can we find?
You can find most the wizard scrolls in the player's handbook that are like below level 3 or below, you could find if you take time looking for them.
So wizard.
And like potions of healing, you definitely could find.
Alzen would probably pick up some potions of healing.
You mean the
However,
bigger ones?
however many that he could find.
I mean, you could probably find quite a bit. I mean, you could also find potions of greater healing. Those are more expensive. The potions of regular healing are like 50 gold pieces each. The potions of greater healing are like 250 gold pieces each. And are somewhat harder to come by. So I mean, you could probably find like 20 potions of healing in 2 days, hitting different shops up, and five or let's say six potions of greater healing.
Since we were at the college earlier, we got our letters of credit.
Yeah.
Did we go with the fully divided into 250 gold piece
Yes.
ones? Okay. So that's
Yeah.
what,
So
20
you've
of them?
20 letters of credit for 250 gold pieces of piece. None of them are in your particular name, so they're easy to trade.
We want to pick up a couple of the graders, hand a couple of these things out.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe 2 graders and enough for 2 or 3 each.
Of the normals, so the regular
The
ones.
normal.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's
Just in case we are in a tight jam.
Yeah. I agree. All right. So we can get 2 of the bigger ones, perhaps, of the graders.
You
Yeah.
can get up to 6 of them,
Up to
depending
6,
on
huh?
how much you want to spend.
I mean, we could put 2 more towards it and get us each one. That'll set us down to 16 of those letters. And we would each have a greater potion of healing.
I mean, I'm good with that. Depends if you guys want to spend the money on potions.
I think some of this money is pretty well spent on potions. Perhaps we don't have a cleric.
Like one of the scrolls you could also find is like cure wounds scrolls are relatively common.
Sure.
And Elzen could put that into that periapt and use it.
Oh yeah. What was the there was a scroll that was said we should get.
That was detect magic and locate object, because those are the
Right.
spells that Heloise Troon mentioned needing to find the key.
Yeah. So that's something that
I can detect magic.
would look for a scroll of locate object then.
So yeah, you can find that one as well.
How much is that?
Let me see.
What's the rule on scrolls? You have to, I would assume you gotta be a spellcaster.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking about the food. I don't think I need any food. We're gonna be on a ship, so I can just fish.
Does Ziggy eat fish?
Yeah. Why wouldn't you eat fish?
What is Ziggy again?
He's a
Let
horse.
me.
I'm like, because I don't think horses eat or ponies eat fish.
They don't?
No,
Are you sure? Who doesn't
no,
like fish?
no. I'm not sure, but I'm kind of sure they eat like grass and stuff.
Yeah, but if fish is around, maybe he likes to fish. Maybe he only eats grass 'cause he has to.
What if it gives him an upset tummy? You know he likes grass and stuff like that.
I know he eats grass. I don't know if he likes it.
Uh-huh. Well, all I'm saying is maybe just in case he doesn't like fish, you should get him some food.
Hmm.
Right? And look, he's real
With
strong. He can even carry it himself.
Okay,
what it,
okay.
I was hoping we put Ziggy on the carnivore diet.
A taxi.
Maybe he would develop a taste for flesh. But Elzen, make me a persuasion check. That's pretty good. So you get a scroll of locate object. Uh, you get essentially as many as you want for 250 gold apiece.
Does the periapt mean how does what does the periapt allow? How does that change?
So you can swap out scrolls, but I think you have to take like a long rest to swap out the scroll that's in there.
Oh, I
But
see.
essentially, it just puts it on your class list for your purposes,
Okay,
on your spells known list. I mean,
gotcha. Okay, I see. Yeah, he will take as many as I want for 250 gold each, or
yeah, I mean, to a reason, like up to five, let's say.
so like 5 scrolls for 250 gold.
Yeah, no, five for 250
Each.
each.
Okay.
He's
I
actually
rolled- I-
haggling.
That's
I
right.
rolled pretty well on my persuasion check.
That's
So
right.
Right. Well, so the base was like somebody was going to charge you 500. So it came down substantially from that.
yeah. He'll take 2.
Uh, I'm gonna look for endless decanter of water if I can, unless that's the only dude.
No, there's a lot of people in the city who might sell that.
Okay.
So make me a perception check, I guess. Well, I guess it could be a lot of things. So give me an argument for what skill you want to use to try to find this. They really need
Perce-
like a search skill or gather information to bring that back.
Perception sounds good. I'll go.
Perception's fine. Yes, you're pretty easily able to find one.
Okay.
Now make me a persuasion check to see how much he wants for it.
Oh God. That's not bad.
He's willing to sell you the decanter, which he demonstrates for you and shows you how it works. He's willing to sell it to you for 1,500 gold.
Let's see. How much of our money do we have left?
We still have a ton, don't we?
I've
I
got
mean, right. So it's not
So-
all easy to convert. Like
Yeah,
it's not stuff it's not all stuff you could like just hand over to a merchant. But
Well, what about the
there's
stuff that
definitely
Elzin's holding on to in his chamber of secrets?
does have
yeah.
all-
So my count is currently, if we used 4 to get everybody to have 1 greater potion of healing, and then do we use any more after that? If we just
did you also get regular potions of healing?
Yeah, I hadn't worked the math out on those yet to know how many we needed. Um, 50 apiece, right? So let's see.
Oh yeah, let me just see. So as you're shopping, the things you find are in addition, you have the decanter of endless water. There's boots of elvenkind, a bag of holding, a cloak of protection, goggles of night, an immovable rod, a pearl of power, though I don't think anybody can use that. I don't know if they work for warlocks since they recover spell slots up to a certain level. Never thought about it before. There's that +2 magic glaive, a wand of magic missiles, an alchemy jug, uh, a cloak of the manta ray. You're going to be on a ship for like 3 days. You never know. A drift
Yeah.
globe, dust of disappearance, eyes of minute seeing. The guy was offering gauntlets of ogre power. There's a javelin of lightning, and that's it.
Well, isn't the boneyard in the desert or something? Isn't that a desert area?
It's kind
Kinda,
of
sorta.
just on the other side of the desert. It's adjacent to the desert though.
Right.
And you will have to cross through the desert in 2 places
Yeah.
at least, assuming you don't get lost in the desert.
Right.
So the decanter definitely could come in handy. Technically, on the ship there might not. It's possible to run out of fresh water on the ship too.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, I would vote for that for sure. I would also, a non-magical item, I would also go and spend some money to see if somebody could make me a brick of suet. So I could take with me. Put some insects in there.
I mean, I'm sure someone can do that. The hard part will be the insects because they're probably not used to putting insects. but I'm sure they can accomplish it.
Man.
Actually, yeah, it never occurred to me that Lee might look at Pebble's cockroach friend and think, good, emergency rations.
Yes, exactly.
So yeah, you could find that
Okay.
for like 5 gold.
Yeah,
Uh,
I imagine since we're all shopping, I imagine at some point because like there are things that I as a player might want, but Pebble doesn't want anything. He's just good as he is. But I imagine he would at some point wander away and come back having purchased something shiny or something random that caught his eye or somebody convinced him to buy. So
How much money does he have on him?
currently what I'm aware of is 151 silver pieces. But I don't know if anybody like gave him anything to hold on to, or if maybe he just saw Thaldarin like pull things out of a pocket and was like, yoink, and decided to just walk away and see what happens.
If Pebble wants to buy something, Thaldarin it will go with him because Thaldarin has your bag that has 50 platinum pieces in it that he's just been hanging on to.
I forgot about that. But I think it's funnier if Pebble just kind of wanders off and he comes back and he's like, "Look what I found."
And then Thaldarin comes up right behind you though, and is like, "Yeah, we paid for that. We paid for that." Okay.
So Pebble or Mike, roll me a d20.
And I can make a note. We can get 10 basic healing potions for just 2 letters of credit.
So yeah, this works. You come back. You no longer have your silver, but you come back with a tiny brass mechanical cicada that chirps pleasantly at sunset.
Excellent.
Of course you did. It's not sunset yet, so you don't actually know. You just got to trust the guy.
Hey guys, look at this! It's so cool. It looks a little like Biggie, but kind of more bug-eyed.
Look at that. Do you like it?
It's pretty cool, yeah.
Great. That's all that matters.
Yeah, it was a great deal. Guy said, "Yeah, you can have it," but I was like, "Okay, how much?" He said, "How much money do you have?" And I said, "I have what." I showed him what I have, and he's like, "That's the perfect amount." It's like, that's so cool.
Yeah. Good job, buddy. You did it. You bought something. It's possible you overpaid, but that's okay. Everybody does it.
It's
Everybody
fun
does it every
buying
once in a
things.
while. Yeah. But now you have no more money.
But he has
That's
a
okay.
friend. He has a friend for his other bug.
Let me know if you see something else that catches your eye, Pebble. I can get you a gift.
Okay.
He just plays with his little brass cicada now. His attention is fully on that.
We first got here. Oh, that's right. We got a line of credit for 1,000.
Right. Letter of credit.
Yeah.
Is everybody okay getting 10 healing potions for just 2 of our letters? That'll we'll have 14 still after that.
That seems fine to me.
Yeah, that's okay.
Everybody has 2, and then 2 people have 1 extra.
Well, are we bringing Layrith?
I guess somebody, yeah. He could have some. That makes sense.
So what's that? 2 regular healing potions?
Yep.
What's that? 1D what?
It's,
2d4
2d4
plus
plus
2.
2
Yeah.
D4 plus. Okay. And
So
did
we
we
all
get
have 2 regular and 1 greater. Is that it?
okay? And what's the greater one?
44 plus 4.
44 plus. Okay.
So are you buying the decanter?
Yeah, I would like to, yeah.
how much?
1,500.
1,500.
I've got 1,000 from my line of letter of credit from the beginning, so we'd only have to
All right.
use 500 of what we just got.
Okay. 500 of it?
Yeah.
That's just 2 more.
Okay.
So we're at 12 of them still. So that's 3,000 gold. Still sitting pretty. Did you have that list of items? What else was there?
So I don't have it as like a list I can post easily, but there's a bag of holding, boots of elven kind, a cloak of protection, goggles of night, the pearl of power, the +2 glaive, wand of magic missiles, an alchemy jug. Uh, I forgot I missed one. There's a cap of water breathing. There's the
Let's see.
decanter, a drift globe, dust of disappearance, uh, the gauntlets of ogre power, the javelin of lightning.
Does that one just set it to 19?
Yep.
Okay. Not useful for me at all, but the bag of holding, those are always nice.
Yeah.
How much is that?
Make me a persuasion check.
Me? Well, I can't go in there.
Who are you sending in?
I already got my natural 20 on the guy.
Pebble's going to go talk to him about the price.
Oh boy.
Persuasion check, huh?
Yep.
Will he hear me out?
He will if
We're
you roll
talking-
well on your persuasion check.
We're talking about real money here. Hey, I roll pretty damn good.
Whoa.
I mean, they're not selling very well right now, so I guess I can let it go for 1,000 gold.
$750.
Really can't go lower than 1,000 since I had to pay 900 for it.
$950.
That's just not enough to cover my overhead. I might as well hold on to it and hope I can up the price back to something more reasonable later on.
Sounds like an episode of Pawn Stars.
Let's see here. 1,000 would be what? 4 of these things?
Yep.
That would set us down to 8, but we would have a bag of holding.
Yeah, I would say get it.
Yeah. All right. All right, friend. You have a deal.
So he, reaches over with the bag and you take it in your hand and your hand slumps down, breaking the glass top on the case. Yeah, that happens a lot with these things. They're heavier than they look.
Should be like 15 pounds, right?
Yep. For what otherwise just looks like a leather bag.
You got anything in here? Just like open it up for him.
Nope. They come emptied out when I get them. The first thing we do is check to see if anybody left anything.
I suppose right on the counter, I just like throw my rope in there.
It disappears inside into the black pit that is inside the bag of holding.
And then
Discount bag of holding. See if it's a bag of devouring later on.
no, I'm gonna make sure I see right fucking now. I get some sort of a save, right? I got Lee here. I got friends.
Yeah, it seems to be a bag of holding.
Okay, good. We could pass that thing around as needed.
Yeah.
But it is a 15-pound bag. All right. Any
So as you're
scrolls we want to get or anything? Did you get one, Elson? I was doing math.
I do not think I need one. I can just put whatever I want in my locket. In fact, I can
That's what I was
store
making sure. You got something for that?
for my locket.
Or no, for the periapt or whatever? Did that putting inside the periapt?
Oh yes, I got scrolls of locate object.
Okay. Sure. I suppose if you're looking for an object, that's a good thing to put in there. Great.
I mean, yeah, when you need the spell, you'll be able to cast it using spell slots rather than using up the scroll. Though you could think about it. If you think of a different spell you might want to put into the periapt, we can handle it later
Okay.
and just say you looked for it now. You might not, depending on the spell, may or may not find it. Some spells are more common than others.
Sounds good.
Any non-magical items we might want to bring along with us?
I think
10-foot pole or anything like that?
people would I would expect people to take care of logistics like food and such.
Well,
I don't think we need to necessarily pack our own.
sure. Tents or something. We might need to get. I mean, if we get tents, it's probably going to be where we reach land at, I suppose.
Right. Some things you probably can find anywhere in any, at least, settlement.
Everybody's got their toolkits that they're proficient in, or
I'm ready to go whenever.
I'm set now. I'm good.
I think, can anybody use a wand or is only magic
Anybody
users?
can use a wand.
All right.
You know, scroll of silvery barbs.
No, that spell ceased to exist. Banished, banished by the ancient gods.
I know.
My other character has that, and you can tell because I never use it. How much is the wand of magic missile?
Make me a persuasion check.
Persuasion. Uh, eh.
So that is also 1,500 gold.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I don't recall what ranged weapon you used. The Javelin of Lightning is also a pretty good ranged weapon,
Yeah.
though it's strength based.
And the wand's got so many charges, right?
Yes. Well, I mean, so the wand has so many charges, and then each day it recharges.
Oh, okay.
So there's like 7 charges, I think. I haven't looked at that one in a while. Let's see. Yeah, 7 charges. And it regains 1d6 plus 1 charges every day at dawn, unless you roll a 1 on a d20, and then it crumbles into dust. So it also, you can upcast the magic missiles. For every charge you spend, it basically goes up another level.
Huh.
So two charges is like a second level magic missile spell. So 4 missiles rather than 3. And there's only a chance that it crumbles to dust if you empty it. If you bring it down to 0 charges, basically, then you roll
Oh,
the
okay.
d20.
Yeah.
So you can avoid losing it if you just never let it drain completely.
It's like what, a 5% chance?
Right. If you drain it completely, there is a 5% chance.
What do you think about getting that? No? Anybody's thoughts?
How much?
They want 1,500.
And what is this for?
Wand of magic missiles.
I mean, magic missile is good for dealing with concentration casters.
Oh yeah, it's not a bad spell, that's for sure. Has its uses. If we got it, it would leave us with 2 more letters of credit.
Lewis with what, 500? That'd be 500.
Yeah. I mean, Elzen still has some money, right?
I've got some. I was thinking about seeing if I could find a scroll of Zone of Truth. If we're going to be with if we're going to be encountering, dealing with dealing with people who really don't want to tell us and be truthful, it might be a good idea to have just in your back pocket.
I suppose so. We got one individual who doesn't know how to lie.
True.
So Elzen, uh, go ahead and so again, sort of pick a skill that you're using to help you find this scroll and roll that.
14s.
Yeah, you are able to find a scroll of Zone of Truth.
I'm not.
You are.
Oh, cool. How much
So
are they?
make me a persuasion check.
Come on, big money. Action point. That's more like it.
I can let you have this for 1,200 gold.
And he just kind of looks and he says, 400.
You know what? For you sold. And he takes out like a somewhat thicker paper tube and rolls the scroll up and gently places it inside.
All right. All right. I think I am set. That is most of my money.
Is this the end of the Elsin gravy train?
It's not good.
I'd spend 1,200 gold in one day.
I mean, we're closing in on 5,000 here already on our in the other one. If we buy the magic wand, we're 500 away.
What do you think? What do you think, Tom?
Who's going to use it?
I mean, I don't have a ranged weapon, but that doesn't mean anybody can use it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an auto hit, and you could stack it if you wanted to. So
Yeah.
that the first round,
How many charges again?
7.
7.
So you could
Okay.
put 6. You could do a 6, whatever
Yeah.
charge magic missile first round. Get the jump on whoever it is.
That would
I
be
mean-
helpful for that could be the difference between knocking someone out real quick and letting them get land a hit on you.
Well, I mean, let's just get it then. We have nothing but good things to say about it. We might as well just get it.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, we'll pocket the last two.
Yeah.
See, we'll see. Are these good outside the city?
Yes. I mean, anywhere that's civilized, you don't know if the halfling clans out on the plains riding their dinosaurs will take them.
Well, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right.
Sure.
I'll save some of my suet.
I'm sure we'll realize that this might be the last civilized town we'll be in for a while. Might as well.
I mean, you're sailing for Pilas Maridal, so that is a proper city. Presumably, since you're taking the road, you're going to pass through Terra Valestis, and you're in Valinar. They do have proper settlements.
Sure.
It's once you enter the desert for the first time, that's when there probably won't be. In fact, you don't know that there are even like small towns in the Talenta Plains. You've never heard of anybody outside of Gatherhold itself, which is way over on the fringes of the Talenta Plains. You've never heard of a settlement per se, just these nomadic tribes of halflings.
Hmm.
And sometimes elves move from Valinar across it, usually when they're attacking Karnath, but they stay on the move as well.
I guess we'll see. I'll have to play it by ear. I'm sure we'll get to use.
And what did people say that something about new 1200? He was gonna, if we had stuff to load, but you could show up at 1500 if you didn't have anything to load.
Right. If it you just have to like walk on board,
Yeah.
then that's probably when the last time you'll have to get on the ship. But if you have complicated things like a horse that you're going to
Yeah.
make a case for taking with you.
Yeah, I would definitely show up early anyway, so because I want to see what they load on the ship. Not that I think he's going to be loading some weird stuff, but I just want to see what goes on.
How much, by the way, to get a few days? Well, how long do we think we're going to be on the Steez?
It's probably about 2 months there, 2 months back.
On the seas?
Oh,
On the sea the whole time?
on the seas, no, that's going to be that'll be less than a week.
Oh,
Even
sure.
if even
Okay. Well, you
even
heard
if
it the first time. 2 months.
right, if the winds are bad, it
Yeah.
might take you a week to
Okay,
get there.
Homer. All right.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. A week's worth of food
Yeah.
for the
Look,
pony.
don't stab any cyclopses in the eye,
All right.
and then tell them your name.
Right. Okay. Pebble, don't tell him anything.
Yeah,
Appearances.
unfortunately, Pebble will be screaming his name at the Cyclops.
Just want to make sure that the pony that Pebble wishes to bring is going to have, the time covered because I don't expect them to be able to feed the fucking pony necessarily.
We can use when we're at sea, we can use the wand of magic missiles to blast the fish, and that's how we can get them.
Right.
Well, see,
Again,
then
this is a
in
pony.
the sea, right? In the sea, that's when you're going to wish you had like the javelin of lightning to
Yeah.
just shoot lightning bolts into the water and kill the fish.
The javelin, you have to throw that javelin, then you have to go
Yeah,
and
I
get it
know.
again.
Yeah, I know. The old version of the javelin was it turned into a lightning bolt. The new one is well, the new one it still turns into a lightning bolt, but it
And
then
then it
turns back into a
reconstitutes at the end.
right,
Yeah.
turns back into a javelin
Huh.
when it hits the last guy so that it impales him and electrocutes him.
Yeah. We'll go back to our time and find out it wasn't the blight, but it was just overfishing. It just spelled
Yes.
all, it just caused everything chaos.
we warmed the seas too much, and now the inevitables are after us.
Yeah, it turns out the cockroach is like a plague carrier. It was supposed to die, but rescued by Pebble.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So is there anything else you need to buy? I mean, any
I don't think so.
normal equipment you can just find. Like you probably will need like bedrolls and that sort of thing.
think I have a bedroll.
But yeah.
Pebble can only make cold fire, so if you want warm fire,
I do have a tinderbox.
Yeah, I got one too.
Yeah, nothing that I can think of.
Yeah. That's why I figure we'll probably get like do we don't do we need the sleeping bags or whatever on the boat?
uh,
The ship?
probably not. You didn't really ask about that. I mean, you gathered from what people said that it's really just a commercial ship on a relatively normal run. So you imagine there probably won't be beds, but there are probably places to sleep.
Okay.
So possibly cots or bunks of some kind. But Elzin, make me a charisma save. You should be good at this.
I am
Yep.
decent at it.
So on the next night, um, your sleep is much better. There's much less in the way of disturbing dreams. And you still don't see anything like any hallucinations when you awaken, but you still do feel a bit of a presence, like someone's watching you all the time.
You got no privacy.
The Alzen would be on edge and kind of jumpy at breakfast. I'm still
Matter of fact,
I'm still feeling the ever since the alley, I'm still feeling like there's something out here. Something has their eye on me. Do you feel it too? We've traded doors for trees, but have you noticed anything strange?
no. No. No, the doors came back.
They did, but they haven't left again.
No.
Have they? Oh.
At least not while I'm awake. I don't know.
It seems
As far
to
as I
be
could tell, they were gone. I touched. They were gone.
it seems to be receding. As far as Elzen can tell. It seems to be receding the further we get away from Sharn. So I'm hoping that going out into the wilderness for a bit will help clear the air.
Probably clear something. Hope nobody gets seasick.
So is there anything else you guys want to do before you leave on the journey?
No.
Do we have other valuables that we took that we couldn't sell? Or did we turn all
Yeah,
that into the line of credit?
no, you didn't turn anything into the letters of credit. That was
I'm sorry,
just,
letters.
yeah, that was just Professor Bareth taking
Oh,
money out of his own pocket.
okay.
No, we still have those things.
Okay, okay. So we
We have
could,
some of them. Like we exchanged, obviously, or they had to have their cut or whatever. But
right.
yeah,
So
no,
we could put
we still
that
have that
stuff in
stuff.
the bag of holding, right?
We can. I mean, that would be
I
the
mean,
place to put it. Yeah.
right now it's in, I think it's mostly in Elzin's extra dimensional space.
Okay. So we got it. We just gotta figure out where we want to put it. Okay, that's
Yeah,
because we
it'd be
might be
easier
able
to
to
sell it
unload
further
some.
away
Yeah,
from town.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we got it.
Okay.
Right. But there were some things in that hall that you probably can safely sell. Like they're not so unique that they'd be immediately recognized.
Yeah, but we should probably just sell them outside of if we're going to a actual civilized area, we could probably sell
Right. So the next night passes. Elzin, make me a wisdom save.
the hope through the line. Okay.
Still feeling watched, but you feel better. You've had 2 solid nights sleep in a row.
Even on even that's a rare thing when he's not plagued by nightmares.
I mean, it's absolutely common in the future, but everyone else is sleeping pretty peacefully. And you realize you feel exactly the way you felt in Shosharn, with every night feeling like there's the potential for disturbing dreams.
Kind of mutters to himself.
So
There's
do you want to visit Sabius Vereen before you go or no?
Was he going to be back? We didn't know when he was going to be back.
He was going to be back. So it was like Sunday when you went there, and they said he was going to be back the next day.
Uh, um, I mean, I think we said we were leaving. So
Right, you did.
Yeah, and if we go there, he may inadvertently clue him into something, and he may, unless we'll probably
nah,
we'll probably get followed by him anyway.
he he's going to get his information.
Yeah,
Bereth
exactly.
is going to give him stuff anonymously. That'll help. Just anonymous in a way that doesn't draw back to him. That's the important part.
So you arrive at the ship. Immediately, a human comes up to you with deeply tan skin and a long red beard, bald guy. Pretty burly. He comes up as you get ready to board the ship and holds a hand out to Pebble. We ain't got no room for your horsey here. You're
He's
muted.
speechless.
Why can't you make room?
Because horses require a lot of special accommodations. We're not set up to take live animals.
Is he
But
talking?
I'm a live animal. You're a live animal.
You may be an animal, but I'm a human being. And I'm not going to shit on the floor.
That remains to be
Are
seen.
you going to shit on the floor?
Maybe. Sometimes it happens. They're called accidents.
You have a
He's not
lot of
had one
them.
since I've met him. I want that clear.
How do Pengals handle these things? I don't know. Maybe they're just like pigeons, just wherever they are.
Right.
There's a reason our shores are white and it's not the snow.
I mean, that's true. They have a permanent amount of like ice on them. Maybe the Frostfell was a green and warm land before the Pengals moved in.
Yeah.
They just
Covered it,
shit snow everywhere.
covered it in frozen shit.
It's the white of the shit that's reflecting the sun back out, so it never stays warm.
Look, we're not ready to take on livestock. We can't take a horse.
What? He's not a horse. He's my friend. He's also a horse, but he's also my friend.
Well,
Well,
if you have any friends that aren't horses, they can come if they're on the passenger list.
Pebble, have you asked the horse if he wants to go on the boat?
Of course he wants to go on the boat. Well,
Did
where
you
do I go on the
ask
boat?
it? Did you ask him?
Kiki, do you want to go on the boat?
He lets out a neigh.
yeah. Nay.
Yeah, he wants to go on.
Is that a positive nay or a negative nay?
Is there such thing as a positive nay?
Maybe. Or not.
The
I
horse
can't
lets out another ambivalent neigh.
I can't just leave Ziggy. Ziggy helped save our lives with the big explosion in that place with the big fog, with the monster that killed Perry.
Well, we're just gonna have to try and find him a nice place to live here until we come back.
I think I know the perfect person that would take care of him. I would love to have Ziggy hang out with them.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
of
certainly.
course. Talk. She'd like Ziggy.
Exactly. Yep.
There's no way Tick is going to be taking care of that animal.
Why not?
Tick is busy taking care of the building and the people who stay there.
Ziggy practically takes care of himself.
What about your friend with the flying
Ziggy can
animal?
also help take care of the tenants,
Oh, whoa.
the patrons.
I don't know if you
I
knew
guess
where Roan is.
I can see if one will take care of Ziggy, but I'll miss Ziggy.
Well, there's a lot of friends you haven't seen in a while, right?
Yeah,
You're about to go see a whole bunch of new ones, right?
I hope so.
Pebble, of course you are.
Yeah, but I, I, I just keep not being able to see my friends. I see you guys every day, and that's great. But other than you guys, I keep not being able to see the people I want to see. They just go, and then they don't come back, and I don't come back, and then it makes me so sad.
Well, we intend to come back to this city. This is home. Now, I think.
It is as home as any place has been in this time.
Yeah, but then I'm gonna be so sad. I was hoping to have another adventure with Ziggy.
The adventure of taking him to Tick. You might as well just take him to Tick.
Just put him in the room and
Yep,
leave.
put him right in the bar with a note.
All right, we got a little time, I think.
You got there early so that Lee could
Yeah.
see them load things up. And you mostly see them moving on like crates and barrels. You're not sure how they intend to transport them once they get them to Valinor, because they're not like wheeling whole carts up onto the boat. But it's mostly the sailors and like dock workers who seem to be unloading the crates and barrels from the carts that have pulled up and carrying them up the gangplank and then lowering them down into the hold. The ship, you notice, by the way, it's a two-masted ship, but um, it, from what you could tell, it's an exceptionally fine and highly decorated vessel. It's not clear that it's House Lyrindar, but it probably cost a pretty penny to keep it up.
We'll make sure we authenticated service records before.
That's true, you're right on the dock. So once you're up on the dock, you can see that just beneath the waterline behind it, there are like two projections that stick out on either side. And that's when you realize it probably is a Lyrindar vessel. Because you had seen similar struts on the elemental galleons that moved across the bay during the beach episode.
Is it is it coming uh is it coming towards us?
It's right now it's docked and they're loading the ship.
Okay.
So you're essentially right alongside it.
Can we see what they're loading?
Crates and barrels for the most part.
Nothing. You can't there's nothing that give away what would be inside them.
Everything appears to be pretty well sealed up. I mean, if you ask, it is really just travel supplies. A lot of it is food and water and wine. But there's also spare clothing and tents and similar travel supplies, torches and things like that.
With where are you headed off to?
These are all the people expedition supplies. Probably some of this stuff is for other passengers, I guess.
Ah. Very nice.
I watch for anything labeled like demonic artifacts or
There's nothing labeled as such.
damn.
No.
Yeah. He just
Gotta be here
Human
somewhere.
skin.
Yeah, Lee just watches as all the crates labeled definitely not demonic artifacts are
Definitely
carried on
not,
board.
Good. I'm glad they
Lee's
clarified
Lee's like, nope, not that
that.
one.
Not that one. Definitely not cultists in that one.
But I'm gonna go find Rome. I'm gonna say goodbye, Ziggy. I'll be back later.
We gotta leave at some point.
Yeah, I gotta make sure Ziggy is okay, so I'll be back.
I can come with you. Knowing
Oh,
Hubble's
well.
penchant for penchant for getting into trouble went off on his own.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna go alone. I want to take Bite.
You don't want a friend to go with you, Temple?
That is very unlike you, Bill.
Yeah, that makes me concerned.
Well, this is a sad time.
It is. That's why you need a friend.
I know what needs to happen. Come on now. Everybody come on in.
Yep, group hug.
Everybody surround.
Yeah,
Yep, that's
group
right. There we
hug.
go. There we go.
There we go. Group hug.
Pebble has the biggest smile on his face, and he's just like,
Moving, and just imagine the ice is just like in
Yeah.
Elzen's face.
My crotch is frozen.
Crotch gets stuck to Pebble. So yeah, that's where we have to wrap it up. I have to be up early in the morning. But we will start off with the search for Roan.
well, thanks for swapping with me, Kurt.
No
Appreciate it.
I could see why, like, all of today was basically just like work stuff. So I could see why Friday is a little bit easier. Like everybody's looking to kind of get out and stop working on Friday. But it's definitely not that big an issue for me one day versus the other. Today just happened to be busier than most Tuesdays.
Well, I do appreciate it. It is a lot easier for me.
Okay, good.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, everyone.
all right,
Talk to you later.
take,
All right.
Have a
take
good
care, everyone.